Sex, Pies, and Idiot Scrapes is not a bad episode of The Simpsons. It definitely made me want cake, though not necessarily Marge's cakes. This is the first episode of the 20th season of The Simpsons, directed by Mike B. Anderson and Lance Kramer, and it's not a bad start to the season, and the title is pretty good. It starts off with a St. Patrick's Day parade. I didn't really love the intro, but it does become relevant at one point, so I kind of understand why it was there. The main narrative, well, I feel like the two narratives are generally evenly weighted. Homer's is maybe a little bit more prominent than Marge's, but Marge's is easier to explain though. Marge takes a job at an erotic bakery. She doesn't realize it's an erotic bakery until she's already there. And I think they had some fun with that. We get to see some of the cakes, not many of the cakes, but it made me want frosting. And I think the way that played out and the various cakes or recipients, I really enjoyed. Particularly the one with Skinner, but I'll say no more. Then we have Homer and Flanders, who team up as bounty hunters. And I really like Homer and Flanders as a team. I feel like Flanders' behaviour here was a little atypical. Not just with being a bounty hunter, but just certain things here and there. For example, he decided to eat pizza the way Homer did, and ordinarily I'd feel like Ned wouldn't necessarily do something just because Homer told him to. But it's always interesting to see different sides to Ned and Ned in different environments, so I rather liked it and I thought it was really good fun. However, I will say there is something that I thought was a bit peculiar, and it's the bit when they get the first bail jumper, and they scan out this or print out this piece of paper, and it clearly has a picture of Sideshow Bob. Now, is that an oversight, or did they go after Sideshow Bob and just not bother to show it, or did they not locate Sideshow Bob, and this is actually going to relate to something that happens in an immediately future episode? Of course, those episodes have already aired. I will find out pretty soon if that's the case or not, but it definitely made me think. Bart and Lisa were basically not in this. They were in it, of course, but not a tremendous amount. It was definitely all about Marge and Homer and Flanders, and I liked it. I had good fun with it. It was well animated. The pacing was great. As I said, the two main narratives were generally well balanced, slightly more in favour of Homer, but it was pretty decent and I liked it. As I said, I didn't love the beginning of it, but I understand why it was there. Not a bad episode at all, a pretty decent start to season 20. Really looking forward to watching the rest of the season and beyond.